Let's bring out our next speaker, and she is super dynamic. She's another fellow millennial who is also a full-time wanderlust. Her name is Ania Halama, and she is a world traveler and a #1 best-selling author of the book Rebel's Guide to Spirituality. All these amazing women writing epic books. She's helped thousands of heart-centered entrepreneurs align with their ideal clients and attract money, wealth, perfect health, perfect love, mental health, and spiritual wealth into their life. Ania started out working a corporate job, but then she left her paycheck and started living her life. Exhausted and worn out, she longed for the freedom to live life on her terms and time to enjoy the life that she really needed and to be on the life of the fullest. But one day, she decided just to take that leap of faith. She quit that job and began a journey of self-discovery. And Ania, girl, it is so great to have you join us. I'm so excited. I love your energy. I love your spice. This woman is gonna come through your screens and elevate your frequency. What's happening, sister? How are you?
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much. Oh, so beautiful. Always lovely to connect again.
Yeah, we are rocking it today. So what's happening on with you, sister? I want to learn more about Rebel's Guide, what you're up to, because it's really cool. We've got so many different generations, right? We start with Diana, who said that she's so excited to work with young ladies like me, young girls like me, right? And now we had Michelle and Adriana, and now you and Alexa. It's like we're moving through all of these generations, and everyone, it used to be, only look up to the older women because they're experienced. I'm like, no, this is not the truth. What you've already done in the last decade of your life is massive, and the impact that you're leaving on other lives is so strong. So the stage is yours, sister. Let's do this.
Yeah, thank you so much again. And similar to Alexa, as I was listening to Alexa, her and I have actually very, very similar stories. I was also traveling for 6 years now. And Rebel's Guide to Spirituality is my blood, tears, sweat, and joy and everything, essentially, from actual spirituality to how I've built my business. And it all started with my money mindset, similar to everyone else here and similar to all the other women who are speaking here, similar to you as well, is I did not grow up with a good money mindset. I grew up fairly poor. I was always trying to scrape money, similar to Alexa. I heard we can't afford that. Money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are bad. All of the terrible money mindsets that most Americans, most people in the world hear. And one thing led me to another, and I came to a point of a really big crossroads in my job where I was either going to look for a new job or do something completely crazy and go off on the road. And I did something completely crazy because I'm a rebel or a woman gone wild, both. So I went off on a road, and similar to Alexa, I was still had that poor mindset for a very long time. Also growing up, my dad at the age of, when I was 10, my dad got in a really bad car accident, or not a car accident, a work accident, and he tore his ligaments. So I had to grow up very, very quickly. I was translating legal documents. I was going to doctor visits. I'm an immigrant myself. I was born in Poland. So coming to the United States, my parents didn't speak any English. So I was translating everything. So all of our money went towards my dad's medical bills, lawyer bills, doctor bills. So me growing up at the age of 10, I knew I had to hustle. So I was hustle going. And then when I started traveling, that was the first time in my life when I didn't have a steady paycheck, because I was working corporate America. At the age of 19, I was making 6 figures at the age of 19, which was wild. I spent all my money on terrible things. 19-year-olds shouldn't have that much money. But it got me to a point when I was traveling, I wasn't making a steady paycheck. I didn't know where my wealth was going to come from. I didn't know where my money was going to come from. So for the first 6 months of me traveling, I didn't make any money. I didn't work at all. I just traveled. I partied. I had the best time of my life. And then I was like, crap, I need to work. I actually need to make an income. And I kept hustling. I kept doing graphic design marketing, affiliate marketing, all the things that trying to make things work online. And again, I met a boy as well. And he had a fabulous money mindset. Like he was manifesting money left and right. And I was like, damn, like, what are you doing that you can just manifest like $1,000 here, $100K month here? Like, what are you doing? And that's when I really started learning about consciousness. My spirituality started exploding. I started meditating more, really getting in tune with mind, body, heart, soul, and spirit, and just really getting in tune with expanded consciousness. I became obsessed. Like anything, I'm still obsessed. Anything and everything I do, like I connect to the universe. I'm very in tune. It's beautiful. And I just allow source to come through. And once I started learning about changing your beliefs, changing your mindsets, changing your limiting beliefs, I started learning EFT tapping, NLP, rewriting money stories, just expanded consciousness, all of these things. And I'm like, this is awesome. If someone else can do this, I can do this. But it all starts with my worth. Like I need to feel worthy of having all of this abundance, of having all of this money come towards me. And the second that I said, I'm worthy of all of the abundance, I can have it, that's when my manifestation started coming as well. I always say, like, I've been manifesting unconsciously my entire life because I didn't know what manifesting was. But it wasn't until that moment that I felt worthy of all of the abundance, worthy of all of the income coming towards me. Like it just exploded. And then Source led me to creating my book. We were quarantined and I was meditating 10 times a day because that's what I did during quarantine. Again, connecting to spirit, and spirit, like for a month straight, spirit's like, write this book. And I was like, I'm not a writer. I don't know how to do this. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm very ambitious as well. So within 4 months, I set myself a goal, 4 months, I'm going to write this book. I had a girlfriend tell me, she's like, Ania, you know, it takes people like 10 years to write a memoir. I was like, no, I got this in 4 months. Like I've got this. So in 4 months, I wrote my book, I published it, got it to bestsellers list, and it is my journey of my wealth. It's my journey of how I was a rebel, how I left corporate America, my upbringing, my getting in tune with plant medicines, and how I now help people attract the wealth and manifest the lives and the abundance that they deserve. And so they feel wealthy and worthy of all of it as well, because money in the bank is worthless. You are worthy. Every single woman here, every man watching this as well, you are worthy. Don't ever forget that.
I love it. I mean, it's so exciting because, I'm 48, right? And I think how old are you? 30?
31.
31, right? So that's a pretty big generational gap. And although we were both brought into this world thinking similar things, right? And we had to take our responsibility and actually change the mindset. And I think that's something that so many people forget, and that it really comes down to your mindset, especially even right now, what's happening around the world, that everyone's mindset is shifting like, oh, I'm stuck, I'm controlled, I can't even have this abundant mindset, because I can imagine people are being triggered right now listening to what you're saying. Oh, this 31-year-old, she's blah, 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 right? However, how about this 46-year-old, the 48-year-old, the 52-year-old, the 82-year-old, right? I mean, it's about shifting. So have you had any experiences recently with people that are saying, no, it's not possible. This wealth and abundance and manifestation isn't possible because we're stuck?
Yeah, for sure. So it's funny because a lot of my clients that I work with, they had no idea how to manifest money, especially during COVID. So many people lost their jobs during COVID. So many people had hardships. So many people just were in that lull, depressed, anxiety. And I understand that. I've had depression and anxiety. It's not fun at all. But getting yourself out there, reworking your mind, getting yourself into that happy state, and manifesting happiness. First off, if you're going to manifest anything, manifest happiness first and for all. Because if you can't be happy, outside forces will not allow you to be happy. But it's beautiful. And this is why I'm so grateful for this movement that you're doing with Women Gone Wild as well, is every single one of us have a story. your hardships will allow you to inspire people. That is what's going to inspire people. So if you are suffering right now with COVID, you don't have a job, share that story. That's going to inspire someone. And the more you share that story, that's what's going to attract those right people to you and attract those opportunities, those people that will open up doors, open up opportunities, open up like beautiful manifestations and abundance coming into your life. That's how it's going to happen, by you being vulnerable. It takes that little bit of courage. Yeah, being uncomfortable and stepping outside of your comfort zone sucks. Like, it is not easy. But once you take that step, you be vulnerable, you share from your heart, share from your passions, that's what's going to allow that abundance to come through you. And do not forget your worth, and do not forget that your happiness comes first.
This past year, as we found ourselves closed off from the world and from each other, a book was being written by a small group of wild women. That book inspired the manifesto that gave birth to a movement. Imagine an emotionally charged letter of gratitude from one struggling anonymous woman to another anonymous woman who'd mentored her and awakened the wildness within her without even realizing it. One wild woman awakening another wild woman, inspiring her to believe when she'd almost given up, to let loose her wildness and step into her true power. Being a wild woman means to lead fearless, to love fearless, to live fearless, to be kind, thoughtful, driven, and balanced, to embrace honest wealth, to trust our intuition, to develop true leadership, and to welcome diversity. We are Women Gone Wild. Come be wild with us.